Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself, Assistant Professor Sunil Shah. Today I would be covering up the topic called the comparison between the LLP, company and the partnership. And this particular subject, that is business law, which comes under the class of SYBCom as well as in SYBF, as well as it comes under SYBCBI, that is in the SEM 4. And in SYBCBI, the subject is corporate and securities law. Students, as you are aware, we are learning this topic called limited liability partnership. The name says the liability of the partners in those particular persons who have been incorporated in LLP is having that limited liability, which has been governed under the LLP Act 2008. And as you are aware, in the term, the definition of partnership means the group of or the association of persons who are into the business of trade professions, and they are sharing the profit as well as sharing their losses. Now coming to the Act, as you are aware, the LLP has been governed by the LLP Act, the company has been governed under the Companies Act and the Indian Partnership Act. The Partnership Act is, the partnership has been governed under the Act which is called as Indian Partnership Act. Now coming to the third point, which is very important, under the company has to be compulsory registered. Unless the company is not registered, it is not legally valid, whereas in case of LLP has to be also been registered under the LLP Act, and those authorities which are registering their LLP as well as company is ROC, whereas in the partnership the registration is not at all mandatory. It can be optional in depending upon the state to state. Coming to the creation, the LLP has been created by the Act, that is called by the Act, that is by through the ROC, whereas the company has also been created by the Act, that is called the Companies Act 2013, whereas the creation of partnership is through the partnership agreement. So the rights and duties of the partners are being governed by the partnership agreement. What are the contribution of the partners towards the firm? The next point is whether it is a body corporate or not. LLP is a body corporate, company is also a body corporate, and the partnership is not a body corporate because it is an association of the person. Coming to the sixth point, whether it is a separate legal entity or not. LLP, once it has been incorporated, it is a separate legal entity, whereas the company, when it has been incorporated, it is also a separate legal entity, but partnership is not a separate legal entity. Coming to the next point, whether it is a perpetual succession or not. Now, as students, as you are aware, the LLP and the LLP Act, which is gone under by the LLP Act and the company, states that when the company has been incorporated, when the LLP has been incorporated, it has perpetual succession. The individual may come and go, but the LLP will remain as it is unless until it has been voluntary or compulsorily dissolved by the court or the company has been wound up. Whereas in case of partnership, it has no perpetual succession. When the partner dies a natural death, the partnership agreement has been abolished and the partnership is no more working. Coming to the number of partners, in case of LLP, in case of company, the minimum number is 2, whereas in the maximum number is no limit in case of LLP. Same thing applies in case of the company. The minimum number is 3 in case of the company and the maximum number is unlimited, whereas in case of partnership the minimum number is 2 and the maximum number is this 50, and as defined under the Companies Act 2013. So students, in case of the partnership, it is not at all mentioned about the maximum numbers of persons, but the Companies Act defines that partnership, in a partnership the maximum number of the persons should be 50. Now whether it is limited liability, the liability is limited in case of the LLP, whereas in case of company also it depends upon the whether the liability is up to the unpaid share capital or it is limited liability up to the guarantee, and in case of partnership it is unlimited liability. So when there is a wounding of the partnership has been dissolved, the personal assets are also been attached during the liability cases. Now coming into the three major categories, I would be making you understand the comparison between the LLP, company and the partnership. So students, in this case of partnership, the prevailing law is Indian Partnership Act 1932. In case of the company has been governed under the Companies Act 2013, whereas LLP has been governed under the LLP Act 2008. Now speaking about the registration, the partnership registration is compulsory in Maharashtra, whereas in the other cases it is not at all compulsory. Whereas in company, it has been registration is done through the ROC, that is called Register of Companies. In case of LLP, it is the registration is done through Register of LLP, who is also having the powers under the Companies Act 2013. Coming to the creation, the partnership is also been created by law, the LLP is also been created by the law, and the company is also been created by the law. Coming to the distinct entity, once the partnership has been formed, it is not a separate legal entity, it is not having a separate legal entity, so it is something different. Whereas in case of company, it is having a separate legal entity, and in case of LLP, it also has a separate legal entity under the LLP Act 2008. Coming to the different part, that is coming into the transfer of ownership in the LLP, there is no transferable in case of death or the legal heir. So transfership is not at all possible in case of LLP, because it is in case of death or in case of legal heirship it has been transferred. Whereas in company, it has been easily transferable by the demat account, or there would be transmission or transfer of shares. In case of LLP, the transfer are generally been governed by the LLP agreement. Coming to the DIN number and DPIN number, the partnership is not at all needed. In partnership, designated partner, what it is not at all mentioned, because we don't have such type of designations, or this in case of the company, we have director identification number, that is all the directors should have director identification number, which is issued by the certifying authorities. Whereas in case of LLP, the partner who has been having the power somewhat like the director in case of the company, these persons who have been called as designated partner in the LLP should have that is a designated partner identification number. It may be 2 or 3, and also this particular partner who have been assigned as designated partner should also have director identification number, which is issued by the central government, or it would be through ROC. Coming to the digital signature, whenever there is a uploading of any of the documents, digital signature is not at all mandatory in case of the Partnership Act under the partnership deed as gone under the Partnership Act 1932. Whereas under the company, as we submit e-form, whether it is annual submission of annual general meeting or the signing of the balance sheet of the profit and loss account, or any of the various documents which are needed to be uploaded, we need to have the digital signature. But in case of LLP, at least out of the 2 designated partner, one of them should be also a designated partner and also should possess digital signature. Related to admission, in case of partnership, the partnership is been governed under the partnership agreement, and the company ceases by selling its shares. Now in case of LLP, by giving the notice, the LLP, the person can be admitted as a partner in case of LLP. Whereas in the company, by giving the notice, the other partners are by taking the, in case of company, by taking the consent of the other members, he can be admitted into the company. And also in the case of partnership, by taking the consent of all the partners, the new partner can be admitted into the partnership deed. Coming to the foreign participation, so in case of partnership, it cannot form the foreign partners. Whereas in company, the foreigners can be member in a company. Whereas in case of LLP, it can be a partner of the LLP. What are the, speaking about the number of members, minimum number of members is 2 in case of partnership, and maximum is 50. In case of company, it will be minimum 2 and maximum 50. And in a private limited company, and it is unlimited in case of a public limited company. Whereas in case of LLP, the minimum number is 2 and maximum numbers in case of LLP is unlimited. Coming to the rights, duties and the obligation, which has been governed under the Partnership Act, it has been governed by the partnership deed. So students, as you are aware, the whole crux of the partnership, which has been governed under the Partnership Act, it should be mentioned under the partnership deed. So the base of the Partnership Act is partnership deed. What are the content under the partnership deed? So whenever there is a dispute among the partners, everything would be decided by the agreement which has been mentioned between the 2 partners. Whereas in the company, it is governed by the article of association and the memorandum of association, or by the resolution passed by the shareholder during the EGM or extraordinary meeting. Whereas in case of LLP, it has been governed by the LLP agreement. Coming to the liability part, as you are aware, the partnership is having unlimited liability, and the persons are jointly and severally liable. Whereas in case of company, it is limited to the extent of unpaid share capital. Whereas in case of LLP, it is limited to the extent of contribution towards the LLP. So coming to the next part, that is called perpetual succession. So when a partner dies, then the whole partnership comes to, there is a question about the partnership deed, and there is a question of whether this partnership will be continued or not. So when there is no question of perpetual succession, but in case of LLP as well as company, it has perpetual succession. The members may come and go, but the company and the LLP may go on and on. What is the charter document in case of partnership, company and LLP? The partnership deed is the charter document. In case of company, memorandum is called the chartered document, that is memorandum of association, article of association. In case of LLP, agreement shows the rights and duties of the partners, so that is been mentioned on the LLP agreement, that is called the main charter document. Whereas the common seal, in partnership agreement, it is not necessary to have the common seal, where it is mandatory to be displayed in all the letterheads, all the shareholders, all the debentures, or on the seal, or on the outside the premises of the company. The seal of the company is to be mentioned, and each and every document, whether it is legal or any of the day-to-day activities, also the common seal should be mentioned in all the documents in case of company. Whereas in case of LLP, it denotes the signature of LLP, that is called as the common seal. Coming to the legal proceedings, once it is registered, the partnership can sue the third party. So in the name of partnership, it can be sued. Whereas in case of company, as you are aware, the company can sue and can be sued. Whereas in case of LLP, the LLP can sue and can be also sued. So there is a common factor between the company and the LLP. Students, in this particular today's video, I had explained you what are the rules related to the Partnership Act, what are the rules related to LLP, how it is more different as compared to company. I am coming to recapitulate what are the rules of regulation. As you are aware, as per the definition of the Partnership Act, partnership is an association of person wherein the main business would be trade, profession or business. It may be also related to sharing of profit, it may be also related to sharing of losses. Each and everything is depending on the partnership agreement, and when there is a new partner has been admitted, the consent of all the partners or the existing partners is necessary or mandatory. And if the partner has been expelled due to some illegal activities which is harming to the reputation or the goodwill of the business has been tarnished, in such cases the partners can be removed by taking the consent of all the partners. The books of the account should be kept ready for opening, and the partner is also a principal as well as the agent of the other partners. That means whatever the act he does, it would be liable for all the partners, or it will be binding for all the partners. Coming to the retirement, the partners may retire, and that has to be given. And once the partner has been, if the partner wants to do a competitive business, and he should, after going out from the partnership firm, he has to give the public notice that he wants to start his own business. That means he is not liable for the acts of the other partners when he is not the partners. So public notice has to be given in the two public dailies, that is one the newspaper, where the English newspaper, and the daily language where this particular partnership has been registered. It could be either of that particular state where that particular language is being going on. In case of company, as you are aware, it is the company can sue and can be sued. It is a separate the characteristic, it is a separate property. The directors may come and go, and the company will be going on and on. It has a common seal, and it has the minimum number of the directors of board of directors is 3, and the minimum number is 2, and the maximum number is unlimited. Whereas in case of LLP, the minimum number is 2, and there is an unlimited number of partners in case of LLP. But there is uniqueness of LLP is that it is a hybrid mode of partnership as well as company. So positive points of partnership and the positive points of the company are being taken into LLP. But as you are aware, many of the people who are into jewelries, or who are into the constructions, who are into diagnostic, who are into advocates, who are into the forms of the doctors, or those persons who are producing films, or those persons who are doing the construction sites, they are forming their own LLP, because there is a less expensive method of formation of, and main part is limited liability concern is there. That means there is no unlimited liability in case of partnership. So LLP has been governed by the 2008 Act, and there is a process of winding up. In also LLP, under the section 31 of LLP Act, it speaks about the whistleblower. If any of the person finds there is a mistrust, or if one of the partner is doing some act which is harming to the reputation of LLP, then he should complain to ROC, and that is called as whistleblower, and he would be getting the benefit of the doubt, and he would be lesser penalized for the offense or by the act of other partners in case of LLP. So students, in this particular video I had given the comparison of the LLP, partnership and the company. Thank you from my side. Thank you.